You do not need money to start thinking like a millionaire. In fact, the absence of money is often the catalyst that awakens the real wealth, your thoughts. Look at every self-made millionaire in history. They didn't begin with wealth in their hands. They began with it in their minds. Henry Ford was just a machinist's apprentice. Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. Andrew Carnegie was a poor Scottish immigrant working in a cotton factory. What they had and what they mastered was the millionaire mindset long before any fortune ever came. So what is this mindset? It is not about chasing money. It is about becoming the kind of person that money chases. Thinking like a millionaire without money means refusing to be defined by your current circumstances. It means choosing vision over victimhood. It means choosing purpose over paycheck. It means standing in a broken room with an unshakable belief that your life will be built like a palace, because you will build it brick by mental brick. Millionaires understand this. Your thoughts are the blueprint. Your self-image is the architecture. Your discipline is the construction. Money is only the result, never the foundation. And this is the great tragedy. Most people believe the lie that money comes first, that you need capital to start a business, that you need investors to create value, that you need luck to win. No, you need courage. You need clarity. You need a vision so powerful that it pulls your life into alignment. You do not become rich by accident. You become rich by design. Start thinking in systems, not situations. Don't just see problems. See processes. Don't just react, strategize. Millionaires are not people who simply work harder. They work smarter. They build systems around their lives. Systems of thought. Systems of habits. Systems of discipline. They don't wake up and see what happens. They wake up and make it happen. You have to stop thinking in dollars and start thinking in value, in service, in leverage. The person who can create value with no resources becomes unstoppable when they finally have some. It's easy to impress the world with money, but try impressing it without any. That's where real power begins. That's where character is born. That's where the millionaire within is forged, in the furnace of self-reliance and creativity. You want to think like a millionaire? Then stop thinking like a consumer. Consumers chase comfort. They trade time for entertainment. They invest energy in distraction. But millionaires? They are creators. They invest in ideas. They feed their minds, not their appetites. They build assets, not addictions. When a millionaire walks into a room, they don't ask, "What can I take?" They ask, "What can I build?" And that's the shift the world will never teach you, because the system profits off your ignorance. Schools taught you to obey. Society taught you to follow. But no one taught you to own your mind. No one taught you to be wealthy in your thinking. That was your job. And that's why you're here now, to remember what the system made you forget. You already have everything you need to rise. If you can think, you can win. If you can learn, you can lead. If you can believe, you can break any chain that's ever been wrapped around your future. Money is a consequence of value, and value begins with vision. Ask yourself, what do you see when you close your eyes? What picture of your life burns so vividly in your soul that it demands expression? That's your wealth. That's your starting point. You don't need a bank loan to think like a king. You don't need investors to think like an innovator. You need clarity. You need hunger. You need that sacred defiance that says, "I will not be ordinary. I will not be average. I will not surrender my future to the mood I'm in today." Millionaires think in decades, not paychecks. They plant seeds, not excuses. They don't seek approval, they seek mastery. They understand that belief is the gateway, and until you believe you are worthy of wealth, no strategy will save you. There's no millionaire who didn't start with belief, and there's no failure that ever had a belief system powerful enough to rise above their circumstance. So strip it all back. Forget the debt. Forget the limitations. Forget what your family told you. Forget what your neighborhood taught you. Forget every scar that ever whispered, "You're not enough." And remember this, the mind that built empires was no different than yours. The difference was conviction. The difference was discipline. The difference was relentless imagination. Because millionaires don't wait for motivation, they create momentum. They don't wait for the world to give them permission, they grant it to themselves. You see, thinking like a millionaire isn't about wishing for wealth. It's about becoming the kind of person who attracts it. It's waking up every morning and asking, what value can I create today? What skill can I sharpen? What mindset must I strengthen? While others scroll, complain, or snooze the alarm, you're already building. You're already moving. You're already believing. Because you've learned what the masses haven't, that the way you think is the foundation for the world you build. Most people operate on inherited thoughts. They think in limits passed down by family, by teachers, by failed dreams and broken systems. But the millionaire mindset is rebellious. It questions every inherited belief. It rewrites the rules. It refuses to settle for the blueprint of mediocrity. A millionaire doesn't say, "I can't afford it." They ask, "How can I afford it?" They don't say, "I don't have the resources." They say, "I'll become resourceful." They don't say, "I'm not lucky." They say, "I'm prepared." And they are, not just in finance, but in fire, in focus, in faith. You can strip a millionaire of their bank account, their car, their house, and they will rebuild. Why? Because wealth is not what they have. It's who they are. It's not the balance in their account. It's the balance in their mind. The real treasure lies in how they think when the world collapses around them. Because it's easy to look rich when times are good. But thinking like a millionaire means staying unshaken when life tries to break you. It's standing tall when the world tells you to sit down. It's betting on yourself when everyone else walks away. It's believing. Not because the path is easy, but because you've made a decision. You will not die with your potential still inside you. Because wealth is not a result, it's a responsibility. You are not chasing money. You're chasing the version of yourself who no longer needs to. Millionaires don't wait for the perfect conditions. They create them. They don't say, "I'll start when I have time." They say, "I'll start now and I'll make time." They understand something most never grasp: time is wealth. And while others spend it, waste it, or kill it, they invest it. Every second is a seed. Every day is an opportunity. Not to impress the world, but to impress upon the world the power of belief in motion. You want to think like a millionaire? Then you must stop negotiating with your fears. Stop arguing for your limitations. Stop renting space to doubt. Millionaire thinking is not delusional optimism. It's earned confidence. It's forged through nights of silence, rejection, and resilience. It's sharpened by failure but never broken by it. Because the millionaire mind sees failure not as a wall but as a mirror. It doesn't say, "This means I'm not good enough." It says, "This is where I get stronger." There's a reason why so few build real wealth. Most people want the outcome. Millionaires fall in love with the process. The sleepless nights. The ideas that get mocked until they change the world. The quiet sacrifices no one sees but the future will remember. Because the millionaire mind is patient in action, but relentless in belief. It knows the world owes you nothing. And yet, you owe the world everything inside you. If you truly want to think like a millionaire, you must build two things that no one can take from you: vision and discipline. Vision sees the invisible. Discipline turns the impossible into inevitable. And when those two collide inside you, something shifts. You stop chasing quick wins and start playing the long game. You stop reacting to life and start directing it. You stop waiting for change and become it. Because money doesn't make you powerful. Thinking like a millionaire and without needing a dollar, that is power. Millionaire thinking is not a fantasy. It's not a vision board full of cars and mansions. It's not about flexing wealth. It's about forging identity. Because true wealth doesn't begin in your bank account. It begins in your character. Millionaires don't become who they are by chasing money. They become who they are by chasing growth. They are addicted to becoming more, not having more. You want to build that mindset? Then let the world call you crazy for a while. Let them doubt your ideas. Let them laugh when you take risks they're too afraid to face. Because when you're building something no one sees, you'll often feel misunderstood. But never forget, every revolution begins in silence. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Henry Ford was told the car would never replace the horse. Oprah Winfrey was fired because she wasn't fit for television. Each one thought like a millionaire before the world saw a dime of their value. They held their vision tighter than their fear. That's the secret most never learn. Millionaire thinking isn't a reward, it's a responsibility. It means taking ownership of your energy, your time, your attitude. It means waking up every day and deciding, who do I want to become? Not what job will pay me, not what trend will go viral, but who will I choose to be? Because money can be lost, fame can fade, but a mind forged in resilience, purpose, and clarity, that can't be touched. So walk with your head high, even when your pockets are empty. Speak with conviction, even when your voice shakes. Act with faith even when the path is dark. Because the world doesn't give power, it recognizes it. And the moment you stop thinking like the average, the moment you stop living by default, the moment you start planting thoughts of wealth, courage, and belief. Even when you're broke, that's the moment everything begins to change, because money is a result, wealth is a reflection. But the millionaire mindset, that is the cause. And if you can build that without needing a cent, then there is no limit to what you can create when money does come. Remember, you don't need to wait to have it. You just need to learn how to think it. Think like a millionaire and without money, and watch the world follow your vision.